Forms in MS Access.
You must have noticed, while filling railway reservation forms, college admission forms, cash deposit forms in banks, etc., that the information is asked in a specified format. These are the examples of entering data in manual forms. Using computers, the computerized form can be built to enter data from the user. In MS Access, we can design the forms to make them more useful. What is a form? A form is a database object that you can use to create a user interface for a database application. Use the Form tool to create a new form. In the navigation pane, click the table or query that contains the data you want to see on your form. On the Create tab, in the Forms group, click Form. Access creates the form and displays it in Layout view. In Layout view, you can make design changes to the form while it is displaying data. For example, you can adjust the size of the text boxes to fit the data if necessary. If Access finds a single table that has a one-to-many relationship with the table or query that you used to create the form, Access adds a data sheet to the form that is based on the related table or query. Creating a split form by using the Split Form tool. A split form gives you two views of the data at the same time: a form view and a datasheet view. A split form differs from a form or subform combination in that the two views are connected to the same data source and are synchronized with one another at all times. Selecting a field in one part of the form selects the same field in the other part of the form. Working with split forms gives you the benefits of both kinds of forms in a single form. For example, you can use the datasheet portion of the form to quickly locate a record and then use the form portion to view or edit the record. In the navigation pane, click the table or query that contains the data that you want on your form, or open the table or query in Datasheet view. On the Create tab, in the Forms group, click Split Form. Access creates the form and displays it in a Layout view. In Layout view, you can make a design changes to the form while it is displaying data. For example, you can adjust the size of the text boxes to fit the data if necessary. Creating a form that displays multiple records by using the Multiple Items tool. When you create a form by using the Form tool, the form that Access creates displays a single record at a time. If you want to form that displays multiple records but is more customizable than a datasheet, you can use the Multiple Items tool. In the navigation pane, click the table or query that contains the data you want to see on your form. On the Create tab, in the Forms group, click More Forms and then click Multiple Items. Access creates the form and displays it in a Layout view. In Layout view, you can make design changes to the form while it is displaying data. For example, you can adjust the size of the text boxes to fit the data. However, a multiple items form gives you more customization options than a datasheet, such as the ability to add graphical elements, buttons, and other controls. Creating a form by using the Form Wizard. Select the table on which you want to base upon your form. On the Create tab, in the Forms group, click Form Wizard. Form Wizard will open. Follow the directions on the pages of the Form Wizard. If you want to add all the fields of the selected table, click on double arrow button. If you want to add only selected fields, then click on single arrow button in the Form Wizard. Click Next button in the Form Wizard. You will reach at Layout step. By default, Columnar option is selected. Click Next button. You will reach the step where you have to give a suitable name to your form. On the last step of the wizard, click Finish button. Form based on the selected table will open on the screen. You can open the form in the Form view, Design view, and Layout view. The picture is in the Form view. Design view of forms. Design view is generally used to modify a form. Once the form is opened, it can be modified in a number of ways. By changing the form's formatting, by adding, removing, or resizing controls, by editing the controls and their labels. Fine-tune your form in Design view. In desktop databases, you can fine-tune your form's design by working in Design view. You can add new controls and fields to the form by adding them to the design grid. The property sheet gives you access to many properties that you can set to customize your form. To switch to Design view, right-click the form name in the navigation pane and then click Design view. Note: Design view is not available when you are working in a web database. You can use the property sheet to change the properties for the form and its controls and sections. To display the property sheet, press F4. On the Design tab, in the Tools group, click Add Existing Fields. You can then drag fields directly from the Field List pane onto your form. To add a single field, double-click it or drag it from the Field List pane to the selection on the form where you want it displayed. Choosing Layout and Design view. Layout view and Design view are the two views in which you can make design changes to forms and reports in Microsoft Access. Though you can use either view to perform many of the same design tasks, certain tasks are easier to perform in one view than they are in the other. For example, Layout view works best when you need to change the look and feel of the report, because you can rearrange fields, change their sizes, or apply a custom style while viewing the data. With Design view, you can independently format every area of your form or report. Layout view also offers improved design layouts. groups of controls that you can adjust as one so that you can easily rearrange fields, columns, rows, or whole layouts. You can also remove a field or add formatting easily in Layout View. Using Layout View. A convenience that is not available in Design View, but possible in Layout View is that you can view the data while you make design changes. This option makes it easier for you to size your controls more accurately. Making quick design changes by using Layout View. Simultaneously, resize all the controls or labels in a column. Select a single control or label and then drag it to a required size. Change the font type, font color, or text alignment. Select a label, click the Format tab, and use the available commands. Format multiple labels at the same time. Press Ctrl key and select multiple labels and then apply the required formats. Creating a form by using the Blank Form tool. If the wizard or the form building tools don't meet your needs, you can use the Blank Form tool to build a form. On the Create tab, in the Forms group, click Blank Form. Access opens a blank form in Layout View and displays the Field List pane. In the Field List pane, click the plus sign next to the table or tables that contains the fields that you want to see on the form. To add a field to the form, double-click it or drag it onto the form.